Welcome back to the bubble, ladies and gentlemen, and a return to the world of Middle-earth, where we are playing Divide and Conquer version 5. The version 5.2 or version 6 is still in the beta phase, if I understand it correctly, and I do not feel like waiting any longer. It's been way too long. And then I've also started to get these videos recommended to me by YouTube about like Divide and Conquer. Started watching some of them, and I felt like I really wanted to get back into Middle-earth. And next on the schedule was we've already gone through like one of each race, so to speak. So now we're back to elves again. And since we've already played the woodland realm, it's between the high elves and the realm of Lothlórien, and I decided to stick on the realm of Lothlórien. Don't ask me why. It basically just felt right, because I've also seen like Rampained, for example, Rampanid. I don't quite know how to pronounce his channel. He's doing high elves right now, so I just felt like doing realm of Lothlórien. Also, I've been starting to read up a little bit on the inheritance books, like the Aragon Tale. I don't know if any of you read any of those books, but this can kind of remind me of Duveld and Varden in those books. The fun stuff. Realm of Lothlórien, for the ones of you who haven't seen any of this faction before. Ranged focused faction, generally strong roster, very expensive units, very slow recruitment, like with all elves basically. We are going to be led by Lord Celeborn, that is of course Galadriel's husband. Great general, and I also think his bodyguard is absolutely atrociously strong, so hopefully I will be using those correctly. There's also some lore stuff here, but we can start with the starting location, just read up on that. Lothlórien is a well-protected realm with rivers surrounding the capital of Galadhrim. These are the key defensive locations for the Golden Wood and must be held at all costs. Your second city is outside the borders of the forest to the south, but is offered protection from its remoteness. Early game. What should we do early game? The beginning of the campaign for Lórien will be dominated by the war with Dol Guldur. Yeah, those bad orcs over here on the other side of the Anduin River. You can take the fight to the enemy and cut the head from the snake early, or you can hold the Anduin against the poisonous shadow. In any event, you will have to deal with Dol Guldur early, as there are few independent regions around the wood. Khazad-dûm hold the mountain pass to the west. Hopefully they will hold it for quite a long time. And war with them is difficult to begin and ill-advised. Yeah, I'm not planning on that, actually. Military overview. Lothlórien are defensive experts. They have excellent archers, and their melee forces can hold any line against almost any foe. Almost is the keyword there. With various heavily specialized units throughout their ranks, they have an answer for any scenario. Special features. Yavanna's Union. That's where I can decide to join up with the Woodland Realm, so we can create one united kingdom. And then we will, if we accept that, we will get all of their generals, I think all of the generals, and all of their troops and their cities. And also it kind of affects what kind of units we'll be able to recruit. We won't be able to get some elite units from Lothlórien, for example, but we will get a lot of the Woodland Realm troops instead. Slow recruitment in the mountains. Okay, so I do not want that, I guess. I should stick to the woods. Rare units. The Barrio Iengalaid rejected union. Okay, if I don't get the Yavanna's union, I'll get those. And Ents, if I were to capture Isengard. Hopefully I don't have to push that far, and I can just focus on Dol Guldur, because I am rusty as all heck. I don't think I'll play this game for, could it be almost a year? Half a year at least. The last campaign was the Orcs of Gundabad one, and that took forever. So, in this one, we are going to play hard difficulty. I'm not even touching the very hard difficulty button. I will be managing all cities. I will have a battle time limit. I will not be seeing the CPU moves, and I actually select the short victory conditions here. So that's 15 regions and only eliminate Dol Guldur. If we were to select the long ones, that's 20 regions, including Lothlórien, Plains of Orodruin, Naked Hill, and eliminate Mordor. That's far away. And Dol Guldur. So obviously we're gonna go with the short one. That's an intro for you. Let's start the game and get to the map. Hope everyone's doing all right, by the way. And If you only subscribe to this channel for the Divide and Conquer content, sorry for taking so long to get back into it. But now I'm really reinvigorated with the excitement of getting back into this world. I just feel like Elves, that was the first faction I played when I started the series with Divide and Conquer, and I did not do well at all because Elves are super difficult to play, I think, because the units are very, very good, but you can't recruit a lot of them. They are expensive, both in upkeep and in recruitment cost, and also you have to wait so long to be able to recruit a new unit, and that did not suit my playing style at all. Okay, here is some information about the Divide and Conquer. Information about the mod, like for example, bodyguard units can replenish up to 77. So if you have an army that a bodyguard that starts at 100, it will not replenish over 77. And some factions have restricted town or castle development. Do we have that? Anduin, Enedwyth, and Dunland unlock cities, large cities, and stronghold. Habla, 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 habla. I don't know if I will be able to build boats. Who knows? Okay, so this first episode is, of course, going to be a lot of kind of a practice run. I'm not going to restart, of course, but I will gracefully accept all of the tips you can possibly give me, because trust me, I am going to need them. Oh, Galadriel writes a message. And, okay, this is a long ass... But most likely it just says that it's very important to hold Khazad-dûm, and we really need to fight off Dol Guldur. And that's that. And my husband, that's of course Celeborn, who's going to lead the charge. Yavanna created the Ents to protect the woodlands of Middle-earth from the proud sons of Aule, habla habla, Sauron's power, blah blah blah. In order to better protect the forest, it has been suggested that we seek a full union with our Sylvan elf kin, that's the woodland realm. Whilst it may take many years to create a lasting pact, the makings of one can begin with a simple message of alliance, and our nobles would urge you to send a diplomat post-haste. And that's, of course, what we're gonna have to do. Okay. Oh, it feels like forever since I played this game. So let's see what we start with. We start with two different regions. Khazad-dûm, which is our capital, and we have a little fort here. And then we have Limhir, where we have Haldir. And if I'm not completely mistaken, his bodyguards are archers, whereas Celeborn's bodyguard are archers that have spears. So they are very efficient both in ranged combat, but also in melee. So now we need to think of what the hell do we want to do? Orcs of Gundabad is starting to do all kinds of things. Allies with Moria and Angmar and Dol Guldur, and at war with the Anduin Vale. And we of course want... Okay, this is the Khazad-dûm dwarfs. Hopefully they will be able to hold this pass. If the Goblins of Moria capture Khazad-dûm East, then it's not going to be fun days for us at all. And also here we have a settlement called Erui. I think that's a dwarven settlement. At least the design I think is dwarven. But it's starting off as a rebel settlement or an independent one, basically. So that's something we might want to take. We also have... Don't remember what that settlement is called, and I don't think we can reach it. No. But we have a settlement down here as well that we should want to take. And then I'm thinking that there aren't... I think there should be a couple of independent realms down here if you want to spread out to the south. But our objective is this little black blob right here, Dol Guldur. And they, of course, have a whole bunch of regions here. And us and Anduin and the Woodland Realm, and also eventually Dorwinion and maybe even Dale, will be helping each other to try to take Dol Guldur out. So if you think about it, Dol Guldur is in a ridiculously vulnerable position right here. I mean, we have Erebor, we have Woodland Realm, we have Dale, we have Anduin Vale, we have us, who's not going to be too much of a threat. But then, of course, we have Dorwinion, who starts off over here somewhere. And slowly but surely will make themselves, will get themselves over here. The thing is, I've seen some creators head straight for Dol Guldur, just cut the head off the snake, as it said in the background text or description text. And they, of course, they do suffer some casualties doing that, but I think it would be an interesting decision to take. Or we could rather try to take first Erui and also this little settlement here. I've heard that Celeborn might actually be able to solo Erui, but I'm not going to send him out completely alone. I think that would be foolish. But what I'm gonna try to do is be a bit more aggressive with my units. And not, I can't really afford to put a whole bunch of them in just as garrisons, actually. But I'm going to send Haldir down south, and then he will get units to march over here, and Celeborn will march north with just like one archer unit, maybe. So, put you down there, and tower, and then move in, and I will take you out of there. This might be completely, incredibly stupid, and then these two units will join up. And you will be marching up here. We also have towers here already, so we don't need that. And there we have Erui. They have a town, but I don't think the design for Erui actually provides a wall. So hopefully they will be enough. If we open his unit details, they have the Berio in Galad, right? So they have spears, but they also have 10 missile attack. 220 meters range, that's pretty good actually, and 32 missiles. Bonus against camels, wargs, horses, and elephants. Very high accuracy. And seeing as they're elves, I'm guessing that accuracy is absolutely redonkulous. Now, they are moving to Erui. These guys will join up together and move towards this little settlement here, and hopefully that will be enough to take it. Now we need to think about what we want to build here. And I'm always a sucker to get the Builder's Hall first, because I think the earlier you get that, the earlier it's going to earn its keep, so to speak. And we might also want to recruit something. Archers might always be a good idea, and also the diplomat. So we can start sending envoys to the Woodland Realm, but also like sell map information and get trade routes with all of these factions. We have, of course, the Anduin Vale here. I don't think the Dol Guldur will be interested, but we can go to Anduin Vale, Woodland Realm, Dale, Erebor, and just like that, we have 4 pretty solid neighbors to trade with. So that's a start. It would be so awkward if someone just went in and completely occupied all of these things. But I do know that it might be a good idea to lower the tax rate on all of these places, because we need all the population we can get, especially when we're elves. And yeah. And what I'm gonna try to do financially is, first of all, start getting the Builder's Hall, just a basic one. And then in Limhir, we're gonna want the barracks. And in Caras Galadon, we want to focus on everything that gives us economy. So, for example, the grain exchange, that's going to help us when we actually get some solid trade going. But also, of course, the communal farming is going to give us some money. It will also help with the population growth, which in turn will help giving us more taxes. But we won't queue those up yet, because we need the Builder's Hall finished before we can start enjoying the benefits of it. So, that's that. Let's end the turn and see what happens. I'm nervous, actually. Really nervous. And also I'm gonna try to do timestamps on this video. Don't usually do that on like my shield wall videos or my Cossacks videos or anything like that. But I will try to do it on this one. At least Dol Guldur didn't attack me quite yet. Okay. So that's that. Now, you join up with Haldir. And do we need to kill them? Might be a good idea, actually. Just stretch my legs a little bit. You attack them. And we actually need to build a ram before we can attack. So maintain that siege. And we should also have 1 agent. Amazing. I want you to move over to the Anduin Vale and start talking to them. There should be a fort here somewhere that you can talk to get trading rights and also to sell map information. Because I think if we look at our diplomacy, we are already allied with Rohan, with trade rights and military access, and the same thing for the dwarves of Khazad-dûm. So I'm very happy that we have amiable relations with them, and very good relations with Rohan. Great stuff, and we are already enemies with Dol Guldur, obviously. So, another thing we're gonna have to keep in mind is that I'm guessing that Dol Guldur will be aggressive on us quite early, so we might actually want to... We're losing a bit of money, but it's going to be important for us that we actually get some units going. But we also need to save our money so we can get the things that are actually going to make us money as well. So in the next turn, we'll see what kind of economy we have. But now we're going to try this. Oh. I forgot to quick save. I forgot that this game can crash sometimes. So hopefully it doesn't crash this time. Fight the battle on the map. And here we go. Beautiful stuff. Start the deployment right away. I mean, we should theoretically actually have more troops than they do. And they didn't look like they had any ranged troops either. So what I'm gonna do is stand over here. Like so. And of course the spears, we might want them in some kind of front line. They can also make a shield wall. But we're gonna want for our archers to get as good of an angle on them as possible. Looks like they... Are they going to attack us? Nope, they're not moving yet. Probably they are feeling it that we are a bit stronger than they are. Still not moving. What do they have up front? Orc raiders, light infantry. Here we go. They're just moving into position in order to better defend, I guess. But we will keep moving a little bit forward as well. And Haldir has the Galadhrim archers. And if my memory serves me right, they should be pretty gosh darn good. Let's select all of the missile troops. Move you up a bit more. So your hits land a bit better. And I will actually want for Haldir to focus on the Uruk bodyguard. You move up over there. You can shoot on the Orc raiders. Move up with you a little bit. And like I said, I'm pretty rusty, so most likely I'm going to do a lot of really stupid mistakes. But I'm going to try to keep them to make as few as possible. You move up, and I actually think we might rather want to shoot, use all of our arrows on the Uruk bodyguard. There we go. Because I'm guessing that they are the ones who are actually going to hurt us the most. Move up with the spears. And attack the Orc raiders. Both of you keep shooting at the Uruk bodyguard. You can go into skirmish mode. You can't. We have 3 uses of this one. So we might want to get that. And we are starting to kill their troops. That's great. Now, you run away. Run away. Okay, they actually turned. Hopefully our spearman is doing fine. I'm gonna try to run around so we can start shooting in their backs. Run, please. Because we are losing spearmen like crazy. 7%, that's not great. And keep shooting at the bodyguard. Oh yeah, they are dropping. Now run in behind them. So we get the best angle possible here. There we go. You shield wall and just hold. There we go. They actually turned. You can start shooting at them now. You keep shooting at the Uruk bodyguard. I don't want you to run in and potentially hurt yourself in melee. There we go. You keep shooting at the Orc raiders. There we go. Now you can start shooting at them as well. I mean, it's not great that we are losing these many troops. But we can end the battle right away because they're an independent force, so they will all die. 39, so eventually we lost 11%. That's not good for elves, just looking at what we actually faced. I don't really know what I should have done better. Maybe putting like elves on Outer's wings or something outside of the spearmen. I don't really know. We did heal 12 of them, so we got that going for us. So that's one battle in the bag. Could have gone better. Could have gone worse. I'm actually starting to feel a bit hesitant if these troops are going to be enough to take that settlement, seeing as we don't have Celeborn with us. But I'm going to try to actually use Haldir a lot more than I did now. I think the settlement should be just up here somewhere, so we can keep moving. And now we still need to build that ram, and our spy is over here. It would be so awkward if I lost him in this attempt. Like that. Well, that sucks. Otherwise, I could have used him to... we already have pretty decent culture, actually. But yeah, that kind of sucks. 58% is not good enough. Can we train a new one, I wonder? We actually can. And I'm actually thinking that I'm going to get another diplomat as well, so we can send one to the north and one to the south and maybe to the west. We can start trading with the Dunedain and with the High Elves and Hobbits, etc, etc, etc. That's all the things that we can do for this turn. Let's end this one again. I'm happy that the elves are happy in the cities, though. That's great. And I'm wondering if Erwi might actually sally out. That answers my question. And I should have quick saved before ending the turn, because we don't know if these things happen. And we don't know the stability of the game either. I mean, theoretically, I should get my ass crushed here. But I've seen a YouTube video where they say that Celeborn can solo this one. I wonder if he actually can. We are heavily outnumbered. But let's just do our best. In worst case scenario, we'll just shoot our ammo and then withdraw and then lay siege again. So we'll do a bit of a cheesy solution on that. So hopefully that works. Okay, pause. They are... Actually, let's first of all try to run back. So they will need to run after us. And here we should have a pretty good hill advantage here as well. I just want to know, like, where are they going to retreat to? But if we put our run our forces back here, then the humans should be a lot more tired than we should be when they're trying to chase us down. They're not moving with a lot of them. Remember that we have a battle timer now, so if... I think if they need to win this one. What are they actually doing? Did I just do a boo-boo? Yeah, I did. They're not moving after me. Well, let's move up again then. I do not want to waste ammunition on the bandits, actually. So let's run over here. There we go. And then run, 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 run. They have so many troops, but if we can just hold them here on the square, we can get so many kills off. And I think I also would be able to just send in Celeborn and do massive amounts of damage. Okay. They are still running. What if we put them over here? I think they should have pretty decent range. We just need to keep an eye on the little red things here so they don't start running after us. The bandits are running, but can all of you reach right now? No. Run up. And they are winded, which is not great, especially not for melee combat. I thought they would have a lot better cardio. And shoot at the woodman hunters, please. And we would also need to start shooting at the sellswords, actually. So can you run up? How far do we need to go for you to actually reach? Looks like quite a bit. But Celeborn's range is redonkulous. Now you can start shooting at the sellswords. 2% killed with 1 volley. 32 arrows. So Celeborn should theoretically be able to shoot for quite a while. And what are you doing now? Do you really need to walk that far? Woodman hunters. We don't want them to be able to start reaching us. Preferably. And the bandits are still not moving. But let's move Celeborn over here. And shoot from this angle instead. And still aim for the sellswords. That's the plan at least. And we also just need to keep an eye out on the bandits. Where are the sellswords? There we have them. And you. And right there. Because the bandits, I mean, Celeborn should be able to kill them in his sleep. And we've killed 18% of their troops. Decent stats. And you should be able to reach something here. Maybe you should stand even closer, actually. There we go. Yeah, now you should have pretty decent range. And we are still outreaching their woodman hunters, it seems. And Celeborn is killing a lot of stuff. We've killed 1/4 of their army, and we still have a lot of ammunition left. So just keep shooting, keep shooting. Now we need to look at what the sellswords might decide to start doing. Because the sellswords are the ones I'm actually scared of. I think Celeborn would just be able to run in here and kill most of what's left. But the sellswords are a bit scarier. So all of you start aiming at the sellswords. They also have their captain in that army, so need to keep that in mind. The Valesmen, I think they do have shields, so they are a bit scary in that sense. Our archers are out of ammunition, so what we could do right now is just pull back and attack again. There we go. What's coming out now? The sellswords. But I still want to try this, actually. Because it could be that we are actually able to deal with this. So if you run in and kill the sellswords, watch me just off Celeborn in the very first episode. How many uses do we have of this one? 1. And it gives temporary substantial fatigue reduction. Permanently raises enemy fatigue substantially. 50% army combat effectiveness, 50% allies combat effectiveness, 25% reduction to enemy combat effectiveness, 100% chance of enemy infighting for 3 seconds. So I might want to use this a little bit later. When we're like right in this blob. Oh gosh, we are losing a lot of units to their archers. And remember that we can only replenish up to 77. So we'll be running around. There we go. Enemy general is dead. Run in and do your thing. And now we'll use that power. I think we should be able to deal with this just fine. I just need to make sure that Celeborn is not running in somewhere. Most likely he will be like right up in the front lines. Yeah, he's right there. He's actually bloodied up as well. Or is that him? I don't know which one is which, actually. Now, you need to come back and help out here. Come in. Yeah, it doesn't look great, does it? And the archers, I think they should be doing just fine against the bandits, actually. But we are losing troops. We lost a fourth of our army, while we've killed almost 70%. Now with the archers coming in, they are wavering. All of them are like shaken or wavering. If as long as Celeborn survives, then we will be just fine. Indeed it does. But Celeborn is almost dead. I wonder if we can run him out without him actually dying. I don't think so, actually. He's right there. But he will heal up again, if he survives, which he absolutely has to do. Can you run out? There we go. He actually managed to get out of here, so we can let the archers do the rest. Doesn't feel quite right killing Anduin Vale troops, actually. Doesn't feel right at all, but we had to take the settlement. We lost 67% of our troops, but worth mentioning is that most of that is his bodyguard. So we can only heal up to 77, which is not the best. So, we lost 88 Berju and Goliath. We healed 22, so we are up to 24. We can heal up to 77. And Lórien archers, we lost 57, healed none. Not the best, but at least we've taken Erui. And I guess that's always a good thing. Taking territories, making some money. But it feels like I sent him to the incorrect settlement. Just sack this one, please. And a suitable husband. Yes, please. I would love more generals, actually. And you want me to send an emissary to the Anduin Vale. That is exactly what I want to do. We actually have... Oh, we will be able to talk to them in the next turn. And you... Oh, already healed up to 50. That's great. Move over here. You don't have as good of a range as I would have hoped. Get a tower, get in, you got there, a little bit longer, get a tower, and move back into Erui. Now, I would still like Celeborn to be the one who leads my armies, to be honest. But now what we need to think about doing is deal with Dol Guldur. And can you actually reach them? You cannot. Now, lay siege to Eidrachan. Hopefully, I want to get them to sally out, actually. Oh, they have just a bunch of orcs. This army, Celeborn could have soloed. So I think I just mixed Eidrachan and Erui together and almost lost my faction leader in the process. But he survived. And I guess that's always something. And now we've got the Builder's Hall finished. So now we want to start investing. And we could actually get the Master's Builder's Hall, but I need to start... Actually, barracks here first and foremost. But we need all of these things as well. So I'm gonna go like this. Grain exchange first. Grain exchange. And hopefully you will be able to trade our map information. And we'll be getting some more resources out of that. Now, we need you to move into Dol Guldur territory to see what they have going for us. And I also need to think about... I'm actually considering... because Khazad-dûm holds this region. Right. Yes. So we shouldn't have to worry about being attacked there. Now what I want to do. You don't have the movements points for it. But I want to move you out and get you together with even more troops so we can come together and move on Dol Guldur. You move up and join them. Can you? Please? No, you could not. And also, I think they would have been free upkeep there. You are free upkeep there. And you are free upkeep in Khazad-dûm as well. Okay, sweet. We are recruiting a diplomat. Might also want to get some Lórien wardens, actually. The swords, I think they are just worse versions of the wardens. They should be better in melee, but they don't have the spear advantage. But yeah, probably I'm gonna get them later down the line. Lower the tax rate in Erui. And I'm thinking dirt paths on this one, actually. How are we doing with culture here? Not good at all. So we need something to give us culture, like an artist studio, for example. And another thing we would need, I'm actually considering putting my spy in Erui. So I will use that kind of growth hack. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's that. And this is not the best, but I'm going to connect these units, these armies, with the general in Erui, and then move them down, probably into this fort. And I will also try to send these archer as soon as possible. And as soon as we've taken Eidrachan, I will, or when we've taken Eidrachan, yes, I will probably just leave like the wardens or something in there, because I'm training new wardens to send over. That's what I'm going to try to do. But now, quick save, so we don't forget about that. And just hopefully no one's gonna take Limhir away from us. That would suck big time. Now let's end the turn. And we'll see how much money I have in the next turn, if I'm actually able to afford a barrack in Limhir, because we need to get troops. We need more recruitment opportunities. And that is 2 more turns. Dang. Agent recruited. Great. Diplomat. I want to send you down. We already have trading arrangements with Rohan, so we don't need to worry about that. But I would like to check with Isengard. Just get trade rights with them, for example. And now, let's talk to them. I would like trade rights, please. Can we actually sell our trade rights with them? Great. And would you also be interested in buying our map information for, let's say, 500? Yahow! Kaboom! That's great for us. And also, we got a Lórien wardens in the capital. Now I'm considering sending, like, if we actually want 1 unit in Limhir. This army didn't sally out, but we are going to need... we're going to have to borrow your area, I think, just to move down here. First, join up with that army. Then we can't move that long anymore. So maybe go back to Khazad-dûm. We shouldn't border any enemies here, so it should be pretty safe, knock on wood. You can start moving towards the woodland realm. Now I just need to think about what to do with Lord Celeborn. We can afford a... I don't want them to be pissed at us, because we are standing in their land. And also I don't want this army to be caught off guard. So I'm going to do like that. Then we're going to save some money, because they will be free upkeep. So we will actually be making money next turn, which is great. Now, spy. There you are. I need you in Erui to increase the culture. That little tip was absolutely game changing. And with the grain exchange, hopefully we should start making some more money. But this is the thing with elves. I do not know how to get rich playing elves. I do not know that at all. We also got a lot of retinue expansions on Celeborn, also on Aranil. Experienced Scouts gear and Sindarin Diplomat. Cool. We might also want to think about if there are any retinues we can give from Celeborn, so he can help us make money. Line of sight, Nenya. This is actually no, 3 hit points. I need those. I desperately need those. And anything else? Ancient sword. Command, that's gonna be needed in battle. Lembas. That's going to be needed in battle. Okay, so nothing really we want to hand over. I did not want to give Lord of Lothlórien to someone who just married into the freaking family. We can retrain these troops. Do we have some kind of armor here? Is that the thing? Doesn't look like we do. So what can we actually retrain them to? Let's see. Let's see what we get. And you will keep sieging. But I think feels really weird to put Lim here unprotected. So I'm actually going to put the spearmen there. And they will be free upkeep as soon as we've gotten the barrack. So hopefully that's going to work out just fine. It's going to cost us a bit to have them there for now. It would have been better to send archers, for example. But they've already been sent. So there's nothing to do about that. And I will keep sieging and hope that they will actually sally out rather than me having to storm them. What kind of... Can we see what kind of palisades they actually have? Maintain the siege. Castle. Okay, so that means probably towers, and I do not want to face that. So, end this turn again. Everyone is moving where we want them to move. 5 turns, and I've gotten almost nowhere. But this is not going to be a fast campaign, and I in no way, shape, or form consider myself a good or even halfway decent Total War player. You move down to join them, and then you together will be... I think you should be able to deal with Dol Guldur. Famous last words. Hopefully, you'll be able to deal with them. You move into Erwi. That's going to help the cultural growth. Artist Studio is being built there. We are building the grain exchange. I did not know that it took that long to get it, actually. Kaunanetiel. Cool. And also Lord Celeborn got retinue expansion. Elvish rope, movement points, +1 acumen. I think they only can get like 7, so eventually we might want to start giving some retinues away. Fangorn has been reached, Misty Mountains has been reached, and it looks like we are bordering to Isengard. So it's going to be pretty important that we actually get some kind of diplomacy going with Isengard. Because Limhir is very, very vulnerable right now. And we do not have any ability to send generals to build towers, because that would be very, very needed. Desperately need that. You keep moving. I'm getting like flashbacks to trying to capture these areas when I played as, I think it was Gundabad when I tried to do that. That was rough. Okay, you keep moving and join them. And this is just going to be moving some stuff. Do I need more troops? I mean, might as well, because we still need to wait for them to be trained. But I really want to get some kind of an economy going before I blow everything on troops and just put myself into massive debt. But I think that might be like one of the corner strategies of playing as elves. In the beginning, you are going to be in a massive amount of debt. And that's just something you're going to have to live with. And now we've actually finished those buildings, but we do not have the economy to build anything good. That stinks. But we might have it soon if we're able to get... We'll start talking at Fangorn Camp, get trade rights. And yeah, we won't be able to reach... We won't reach anyone to get trade rights with War Declared and Unveiling Goblins of Moria. That's about dang time. And losing some money, but most likely it's gonna be some stuff around here, I guess. Because they still have Goblin Town. So this is gonna be where the fighting's at. Now, will I still... I'm actually still losing money because I have everyone here out on the field. So while I have 1.3k, I am going to get Gurdinen. I think these are like the assassins. But I'm actually going to get the swords. Like I said, while I still have the money. And then we'll just mass up a force. And another thing I'm going to do. Move you in there. Move you in there. And that's how we're saving Monet. Actually, I could have moved you back to Karas Galadon. But since we're training a unit there... Don't really need to worry about that. And now we're not losing as much money. Only like 300. Micromanagement. And you will give up in 2 turns. And that's going to be when Celeborn is going to reach the settlement. And then the what troops I have, I will start moving towards Dol Guldur. We're really going to have to put everything on the line here. And I don't even know if they have towers. Maybe they don't. But one more turn, and then they will either sally out or surrender. So I'm actually going to just wait that out, to be honest. We do not have any money, but I want... You should... Okay. Didn't quite reach Erendolan, but almost. Almost. Now you will be able to get trade rights, and that's generous. So we will ask for a single payment of 200. That's balanced. Okay, so let's just get that off the table. Thank you. And I wonder if it might be worth trying to sell map information to them, because they might be our enemy. Great. So that made us some money. Absolutely beautiful. And we're already good with Rohan. So now we need to think about, do I want to go down to Gondor? We can go down to Gondor this way as well. I think we... or do we want to go like Mordor and Rhûn and Harad and Aradonaim and all those things? No, I think I'm gonna do it like this. I will start moving you towards the Dunland. And then the Woodland Realm diplomat. Once he's talked to all of these factions, and also probably Gundabad, Snowworks, then we can start moving you south towards Dorwinion and Rhûn and Mordor and Harad, etc. And then you start moving back. Hopefully, that will be a good solution. And this army should hopefully be strong enough to help there. We have 1.5k. Can we afford to build something that makes us money? A market? Yes, I think we want a market in Caras Galadon. I'm actually going to splurge, because I think this one should make us money, right? A little bit, and it's going to grow exponentially when we trade more. Let's go with that. And now we are Baroque again, and we're gonna be in the red for the first time in the game, probably not in the last. We got 750 from that quest, so that's good. And in the next turn, Eidrakhan will either sally out or fold, and I think that's going to be it for this first episode, at least. So end the turn, and then what I'm gonna do is, yeah, Dol Guldur has taken this region. Sorry, has taken this region, so we will absolutely need to move in and maybe just hold the fort first and see if that would be enough, or just try to fight them in the open field, or move straight for Dol Guldur. Fight the battle on the map. Because they will sally out now, so this shouldn't be... Oh. Lagging of sound. Hope it doesn't crash. No, it didn't. At least not yet. And then I'm just thinking what I want to leave. What I want to leave in this settlement. You drop. You drop. And then run back like so. Oh, look at these towers. I would not want to attack that, because I would be screwed. So move down, move back to them. Put archers on this side. Put you on this side. Something like this should be good enough. And zoom out a smidge. Oh, God, sorry. Lagging already. And the only ranged troops that they have are the Starkers who throws javelins, or the Hunters, rather, who throw javelins. I will actually ask for you to be in shield wall formation and then spread out a little bit. They're sending up their orc fighters. And I will actually run up there. And you run there. So we can shoot as many as possible. And there we go. Now, you can aim for them. You can aim for them. You don't fire for now. And you should be able to reach them. You should be able to reach them. Okay. They're actually moving up on us. All of you can be put in skirmish mode, so I think that's not too big of a problem. You run into them. And we actually managed to catch them. You shoot at the orc fighters. You run over here. And you... Okay, that's great. Already slain the enemy general. Actually, not on the orc hunters. Or you shoot at them. You attack them. And you run into them. Oh no, you shouldn't run into them. You should run into them. There we go. And you keep shooting at something over there. And you are in skirmish mode, so that should be great. We've lost 2%, killed a quarter of their army so far. But I think since these archers are in skirmish mode, they should be able to deal with these orc fighters quite easily, hopefully. But I've been wrong before. Run. They're actually starting to pull back, so if we can just break enough of their troops quickly enough. They are still fighting. You are still fighting as well. Run in to them. You run up. Problem is that... Okay, they're actually starting to come back. And then start shooting at them again. Keep attacking. And yeah, we are shooting them to absolute bits right now. And actually, you can increase the speed a little bit. They are running away. Now let's try to get you to run around here. Oh no, lag. Slow down the speed and attack them in the back. Okay, they are starting to break. And there we go. Lost 7%. Let's see how many we lose if we just end the battle right away. 6. So we did heal some. We lost 48, and I'm guessing that is basically only the spearmen that we lost. Check the stats. We healed 10. And beautiful kills. Like Galadhrim archers, 146. Beryu and Goliath, not as many because I put them in melee quite early. But still, Edracharn is ours. And that's a great start to grow our tiny little empire. And I'll only want to leave as little as possible in Edracharn, because I need the army to move into Dol Guldur territory. I think since this is an Elvish settlement, it's gonna be enough to just occupy it. And I will leave you. But the thing is, we're not gonna have a lot of melee troops in the army. That's gonna be a problem, I think. But you're gonna be strong enough. So are you like strong enough to actually hold up for everyone? That is the question. Now, we don't have a quest to talk to them, do we? We can try. Trading rights. That's only balanced. And sell map information for 600 now, maybe, that we've captured another settlement. Yes. Acceptable is good enough. And that's a Dalian diplomat, so it would actually be great if I was able to talk to him already. But I'm gonna have to move up here. I still want to talk to Erebor, so might as well get moving. That's that. And you have already talked to Isengard. Good that Rohan still holds the Foldberg. And now I think the Dunlendings are up here somewhere. Now, we'll need for you... Actually, let's do like this. You to move up. And I don't want to move down that way. I want to connect with these troops. Can I see which way you can go? Can't really see that, can I? We can move over there. There should be a way to move over here. Yeah, I'll need to check that before I decide on where to move this army, because we will be connecting with these troops. You can actually move back into Khazad-dûm because you're free upkeep there as well. So it will be a bit easier to move over. And I don't think Erwi is bordering on that territory, so we shouldn't have to worry too much. I'm actually thinking about getting the grain exchange here before the Builder's Hall. We can start making some money. Yes, I'm gonna get that. And now we are broke. You can be retrained. That's great. And now it's time to wrap up the episode, I think. So, we did take Erwi, almost lost Celeborn in the process. And we're also taking Eidracharn. So now I think this is the territories that we're gonna have to the west. Now we just need to move into the Mirkwood and try to root out Dol Guldur as fast as possible. Because the longer we leave them to grow, like cockroaches or rats, they're just going to be more and more of a nuisance to deal with. So that's that. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed getting back into Middle-earth. Since I haven't played Lothlórien before, or Lórien, please give me any tips or tricks that you have. I will appreciate them a lot, because I do not do well playing with elves. I need to be able to just mass recruit troops that I can throw into the meat grinder, basically. So any tips or tricks, I'll be very happy to accept them in the comments below. Have a great day and take care. I will see you in the next one.
The Weird Bubble.